It was a quiet Sunday evening in our little home in Austin, Texas. The warm glow of the sunset spilled through the kitchen window as I finished putting away the last of the dinner dishes. My son, Liam, had just returned from his final year of college, and for the first time in months, the house felt alive again. I had missed his laughter, the strumming of his guitar drifting down the hallway, and even the faint scent of his cinnamon candles that always reminded me of Christmas mornings. Liam was my only child, and after my husband David passed away 5 years ago, it had been just the two of us. Losing David had shattered our world, but somehow Liam and I became each other's reason to keep moving forward. He was only 16 then, yet far stronger than I ever imagined. I still remember him holding my hand at the funeral, whispering, "We'll be okay. Mom, I'll make him proud." Those words became my anchor through the darkest nights. That evening, I wanted everything to be perfect. I made his favorite dinner, grilled chicken with mashed potatoes and honey-glazed carrots. And we talked for hours about school, his friends, and his upcoming graduation. But there was something different about him this time. Something distant behind his smile. A heaviness lingered in his eyes, like he was carrying a weight he didn't want to share. Later, as we sat together in the living room with the old clock ticking softly behind us, I watched him scrolling absent-mindedly through his phone. "You okay, sweetheart?" I asked gently. He looked up and gave a faint smile. "Yeah, just tired." I studied him for a moment. "You've been quiet. You sure everything's all right?" He nodded but didn't meet my eyes. Then after a long pause, he spoke softly. "Mom, can I ask you something?" "Of course," I replied, feeling my chest tighten slightly. He hesitated before continuing. "When Dad died, did you ever feel like you couldn't talk to anyone about how you really felt?" His question caught me off guard. I looked at him, searching for what he truly meant. "Yes," I admitted. "I felt that way a lot. I tried to stay strong for you. But there were nights I'd sit here alone pretending everything was fine." "Why do you ask?" Liam took a deep breath, his eyes fixed on the floor. "Because I think I've been doing the same thing." His voice trembled, filled with pain. I reached across and took his hand. "Liam, talk to me. Whatever it is, I'm here." He swallowed hard, his eyes glistening. "I've been struggling, Mom, more than I let on. College hasn't been easy. I've been pretending I'm okay because I didn't want to worry you." My heart clenched. "Oh, honey." He looked up then, tears forming in his eyes. "I didn't want you to think I was weak. I kept telling myself I had to be strong for you, like I promised Dad. But lately I just feel lost. I don't even know what I want to do with my life anymore." I moved closer and wrapped my arms around him. "Oh, Liam, you don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to carry everything alone." He held me tightly, tighter than he had in years. For a while, neither of us spoke. The silence was deep, the kind that holds 1,000 unspoken words. I thought it was just a comforting hug, the kind shared between a mother and son after too long apart. But then he pulled back, his eyes searching mine with a depth I hadn't seen before. "Mom," he whispered, his voice shaking. "There's something I never told you." My heart skipped. "What is it?" I asked softly. He hesitated, his breath uneven. "Last year I almost dropped out. I was failing a few classes and I didn't know how to tell you. I felt like I was letting Dad down. I couldn't sleep, barely ate. I pushed everyone away. I even thought about—" His voice broke, and he couldn't finish. Tears filled my eyes as I cupped his face in my hands. "Oh, baby, you should have told me." He shook his head, tears streaming down his cheeks. "I was scared, Mom. You've already been through so much. I didn't want to add to your pain." I pulled him into another hug, holding him tighter than before, feeling his body shake against mine. "You're my son," I whispered. "You could never be a burden to me, not ever. You don't have to face your pain alone. That's what family is for." He cried into my shoulder, and I let my own tears fall freely. It had been years since I'd seen him cry like that, years since he'd allowed himself to. That moment wasn't just comfort. It was healing. When he finally pulled away, I saw something new in his eyes, not just sadness, but relief. He wiped his tears and managed a small, trembling smile. "I'm sorry, Mom. I just didn't know how to tell you before." I smiled softly and brushed a tear from his cheek. You never have to apologize for being human, Liam. Life is messy. It's okay to stumble. What matters is that you keep going, and you did. He nodded, taking a deep breath. I'm trying, Mom. I really am. I know you are, I said, my voice full of warmth. And I'm so proud of you. Not because of your grades or school, but because you're brave enough to be honest. That takes more strength than pretending everything's fine.